Hi there, welcome back to my video series about DBMS. In the previous video, I have discussed with you overview to DBMS. I started with the definition of terms used in DBMS to different types of DBMS. In this video, I will be discussing with you a specific type of DBMS which is relational database. Relational database is known as most widely used DBMS. Ito ay dahil madali siya matutunan at gamitin. In the past few years, established companies in the industries of retail, financial, hospitality, education, and others use relational database as data management system for their operational information. So having relational database management as a skill is an important investment for you in your upcoming career as an IT professional. After watching this video, you will be able to do the following. First, you will be able to define RDBMS or Relational Database Management System. Second, you will be able to identify the value of relational database in a software development. Third, we will be able to learn the basics of the common language used by all relational database, which is Standard Query Language or SQL. Simulan natin sa pag-define sa relational database. A relational database is a type of database that stores and provides access to data points that are related to one another. Relational databases are based on relational model, an intuitive, straightforward of representing data in tables. So, pwede mo siya ikumpara kapag gumagamit tayo ng spreadsheet where ang data natin is represented in set of columns and rows in a table. In the relational database, each row in the table is a record with unique ID na tinatawag na key. The columns of the table hold attributes ng data, and each record usually have a value of each attribute, making it easy to establish the relationship among the data points. Let us now define the value of a relational database in a software development. The first three here is common to all types of DBMS. Let's begin with the first, persistent data. Most computer architecture have the notion of two areas of memory. First is yung tinatawag na main memory or fast but volatile. Ibig sabihin, mabilis siya pero pag namatay yung program mo, mawawala din siya, temporary lang. Pangalawa is yung tinatawag na backing store. Mabagal siya pero it can store large amount of data. But compared to using a text file as a storage, mas pinadali at pinabilis ng DBMS ang pag-manipulate at pag-access sa data. Next, concurrency. Relational databases help handle concurrency by controlling all access to their data through transactional approach. Ibig sabihin, inalaw ng relational database ang multiple access from different locations or applications. Ginagawa ito ng relational database by queuing all the transactional operations and processing each item one at a time. It may have performance issues, but functionally it works. Next, integration. Because allowed ng relational database and concurrency for different teams working on separate applications, it allows them to integrate their work because they are sharing one database. The next is specific to relational database. Because all relational databases is using a standardized model. Lahat ng relational database ay gumagamit ng SQL o Standard Query Language. At ito ang isa sa mga dahilan bakit naging successful ang relational database in the past years. Pag-aralan natin some of the basic SQL statements na ginagamit sa relational database. Mapping them to the basic operations na ginagawa sa database management, which is create, read, update, and delete o tinatawag na CRUD operations. For create, ang equivalent niya sa SQL is insert. So, ang example niya is insert into the table name. Ilalagay natin dito yung mga columns. And then, values. Ilalagay dito yung mga literal values na insert. Next is for the read. Ang equivalent niya is select. So, ang syntax is select. Tapos, ilalagay mo yung mga column names. Or pwede mo siya lagyan ng asterisk kung gusto mo i-select lahat. Then, followed by from, and then yung table name. Okay. Susunod is ang update. Ang equivalent statement is update then. So, ang syntax is update to be followed by table name. Tapos, yung mga set statements mo. For example, iset mo yung column 1, lalagay mo siya ng value. And so on. Pwede mo rin siya lagyan ng condition. Kung hindi mo siya lalagyan ng condition, lahat ng records mo dun sa table mo is isiset niya. Next would be sa delete. Ang statement niya for delete is delete din. So, ang syntax is delete from yung table name. Tapos, lalagyan mo siya ng condition. Yung sa select is actually pwede mo rin siya na lagyan ng condition para pwede mag-match yung isang record or multiple records that matches your condition. I hope that gives you an overview about the relational database. In the next video, I will be discussing to you some operations in software development regarding relational database. We will be discussing about normalizations, architecture, and compare relational database to network database in order for us to understand the advantages and disadvantages of relational database. Gagawa rin ako ng separate video to demonstrate to you how to use relational database using MySQL. If you have comments or suggestions, please feel free to make a comment in the comment section below. And do not forget to subscribe for more videos that I will be posting in the future.